me get a big square. I know all these fancy people are going to titanium squares that cost $200, but I always preferred the Swanson squares. The current speed square I'm carrying is a Craftsman made in USA. They're aluminum. They will bend if you bend them, but they do a good job. And the last one I had was a Swanson. It lasted me 10 years. So if a Swanson aluminum square will last you 10 years before it starts to get a saddle in it, then why would you go with a titanium square unless you're going to pry on something? But this is a big 12, and what we're doing is let's see, that's not quite right. Let's see, that's going to be the front, so the back's going to be in there. I'm making this up as I go along. So this is 18 inches to here, so it's 18. Then we're going to miter it back into the corner with a 45. Or we're going to cut, a miter. Now we're going to take that same miter. So all we're doing is turning this around like this to get that corner. So we're up in that corner. We're going to turn around and do the same measurement here, or actually a little less, and that'll be the foundation. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to say probably out of that corner to that window, I think I can get away with about 18 inches there, which is not going to give me as much on the front. I need to go measure it. I'm not used to that. I just dropped my tape because I'm used to wearing those old AWP pouches, and I'm used to just going like this, dropping it in the pouch that's out here, but everything's closer in now, and that pouch is a little tight, so I just missed it. I'm also used to my pencils being on this side, but this is easier because I guess I can turn around and I can grab my, let's see if I can get that in the shot. I can grab my pencil on this side and my tape on this side and pull them out at the same time, or my pencil and my square and pull them out at the same time, or, I just have to get used to it. All right, so I learned that I have approximately 30 inches this way in the corner before I get to within about 8 inches of the window. So I could go out, as far as 30 inches, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, because this has to be a self-supporting shelf and I'm not going to put any brackets under it, I'm going to bob this corner off so there's not a hard corner here. I'm going to bob this corner off so there's not a hard corner here. Then I'm going to come inside this 1.5 inches, and I'm going to put a box like this under here, 1.5 inches, so that the shelf has some dimension to it. And I'm going to do that out of 1.5 inch rip, so the shelf will look substantial, and that will give me enough of a framework underneath to fasten this to the wall and hold books up. That's the goal here. So, and I'm going to screw this all together. I have my my old Makita drill set. I bought a new one, and I'm going to do a review and a comparison, because this one's lasted me 2 years and probably did, I don't know, $40,000 to $70,000 worth of roof work. So this is a 12-volt Makita set, and I will do a review on my new one and a comparison, and everything. So, but anyway, I'm gonna put this together with screws. I'm gonna cut my rips. I'm gonna bob my corners. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna find a common number that I like. I'm gonna come in here and put this in here, and I'm gonna say when I'm bobbing corners, I'll come in here and I'll say, all right, I like the 10-degree mark. That makes a good spot, except I'm gonna use a small scale because it's easier to hold out there. But let's go on this one. I'm gonna say I like the 20-degree mark. I might go less. I like the 15-degree mark. So we're gonna run with that. Bob it off. Same thing here. 15-degree mark. You can see there's a 15-degree mark. Well, you might not can see, but it's just about being consistent from piece to piece. So now I know if I build another shelf, these are 15 degrees off of this axis. Bam. And then we'll come in here. See, that's one thing I don't like about this pouch. It doesn't have a spot on the right hand side for pencils. So we're gonna come in here and we'll bob these corners. You may end up in a position to where the guard is holding you back. Use your pointer finger and trigger with your middle finger. Or I know a guy. One of the carpenters I work with, he'll take, I don't have any nails in this pouch, of course, but he'll take the guard open and he'll stick a nail behind it so it'll stay wedged, or a piece of wood when he's doing stuff like that, so that it doesn't push you off to the side and get you out of your cut. But all I'm doing is I'm using my pointer finger to hold the guard back, and I'm triggering with my middle finger. And what that allows me to do is not be pushed off sides when the guard flips back. Sometimes that guard gets in the way. All right, so we're going to come in here, and since this is going to be the top of the board, we're going to write top on it, so we know where we're at. And it can be erased. If you're doing a pencil, it can be erased with a pencil eraser, so that's valuable. All right, so we're going to flip this over and get an idea where we're going with this. Get the points together, and basically all we're going to do is we're going to keep inside this mark 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and then 1.5 inches inside this mark. And this one does not have to have a bobbed corner. It's going to be straight on, fastened together. Now on the back, it's going to be flush with the back, because it has to, it's the thing we're going to fasten to the wall. It's going to give us our mounting spot. So we will know when we come and do this mark right here, you'll see ice falling out of the trees. It's because it snowed here, and now the sun's finally getting warm enough to make a difference. So we're going to come like this, and we're actually going to do this. We're going to hold, because we know this stuff's 3/4. We're going to hold inside this 1.5 inch mark 3/4 of an inch. Let's see, 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to come in here and we're going to get this number like this. And it's going to be round about, it's 24 15/16 is what it is. So we're going to take my 1.5 inch rip that I got here. We're going to cut a 24 15/16 piece. 24 15/16. And that'll hold it inside that outside flange, so you won't see the butt end of the, where'd I put my square? You won't see the butt end of this piece. Still trying to put that pencil back in that same spot. Might have to get used to this. So what we're doing here, we're going like this, and this piece is going to go all the way to the end down here, and it's going to hold right there like that, just inside enough where the other piece can come past it and hide it. All right, I'm gonna pause you. All right, so I don't throw screws away. That's why I'm using these screws. I hang on to everything as far as screws go, because you never know when you're going to need something. And when it's just handy to have it. So this is the cross brace for the joint. I don't have to have it, but I figured I'd go ahead and put it in here so I could fasten down through the joint in a couple places. And so I've used all the screws in my pouch, so now I'm fishing through my drill bag to find all of the screws that I had left over from the from everything. And so I'm going to go ahead and just put one in the middle of each of these to hold them down. And that'll be a finished shelf except for routering. And you see it's going to look like that from the front. And underneath, you know, it's got the braces and the miter joints together. Now I did all of this with your standard power tools out here outside my house, you know, in the yard on a pair of saw benches. So something you can do at home. Like and subscribe if you like the video, or if you'd like to see more. And if you're on YouTube, go over to BitChute, see my account there, because I'm not going to upload any more videos to YouTube. They're too biased, and I'm tired of it. I'm not being censored, but they shouldn't be censoring people. So I'm going away. Y'all have a good day.